Imagine a world where your mind is like a calm lake, undisturbed by the ripples of the outside world. Where you are not a puppet to your thoughts or emotions, but rather a master of them. This is the state of mindfulness, a state of being present, aware, and balanced. But in our digital age, cultivating mindfulness can feel like attempting to cross a turbulent river on foot. The constant pings of notifications, the endless scroll of social media, and the insistent demands of our connected lives can make it seem near impossible to find calm and focus. Yet, it is in this very chaos that the importance of mindfulness reveals itself. Mindfulness is not about escaping reality, but about engaging with it more fully, more authentically. It's about meeting the digital age with an open mind and a resilient spirit. So, how can we achieve this? How can we cultivate mindfulness amidst the noise of the digital age? We'll delve into practical tips and techniques for cultivating mindfulness, specially tailored for the unique challenges of our digital era. So, sit comfortably, breathe deeply, and let's embark on this journey together. Our digital world is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it offers us unprecedented access to information, communication, and opportunities. On the other, it bombards us with stimuli that can trigger stress, anxiety, and distraction. The digital age, with its relentless pace and constant demands, can create an environment in which our minds are perpetually scattered and agitated. The challenge, then, is not to reject or escape this digital world, but to navigate it mindfully. This means learning to engage with our digital environment in ways that enhance our well-being, rather than erode it. It means learning to use technology as a tool, rather than being used by it. But what does this look like in practice? How can we cultivate mindfulness in such a challenging environment? Mindfulness in the digital age is about more than just occasional meditation or yoga sessions. It's about integrating mindfulness into our everyday lives, so that it becomes a part of how we interact with our digital environment. This might mean setting boundaries for our use of technology. It might mean cultivating habits of mindful communication and consumption. It might mean using technology to support our mindfulness practice, rather than hinder it. The key is to approach this practice with kindness and patience. Cultivating mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, sustainable changes that can add up to a significant shift in how we experience our digital world. One of the simplest and most effective ways to cultivate mindfulness in the digital age is to set boundaries with our use of technology. This might mean designating certain times of day as tech-free periods, or setting limits on how much time we spend on certain apps or websites. Setting boundaries with technology not only reduces the amount of digital noise in our lives, but also creates space for us to engage in other mindfulness-promoting activities, such as meditation, exercise, or simply spending time in nature. Remember, these boundaries don't need to be rigid or extreme. The goal is not to eliminate technology from our lives, but to use it in a way that supports our well-being. In the era of technology, a significant portion of our interactions transpire virtually on screens. This can make it easy to fall into patterns of mindless communication, where we respond impulsively to messages or comments, rather than taking the time to respond mindfully. Practicing mindful communication means pausing before we respond to a message or comment, taking a moment to breathe and reflect on our response. It means listening deeply to what the other person is saying, rather than simply waiting for our turn to speak. By practicing mindful communication, we can bring a greater sense of presence and compassion to our digital interactions, enhancing not only our own well-being, but also the well-being of those we communicate with. Technology doesn't have to be an obstacle to mindfulness, it can also be a tool to support it. There are countless apps and websites out there designed to help us cultivate mindfulness, from guided meditation apps, to mindfulness reminders, to digital journals. Using technology to support our mindfulness practice can make it easier to incorporate mindfulness into our daily lives. It can provide us with resources and reminders to help us stay on track, and can even help us connect with a community of like-minded individuals. Remember, the goal is not to become dependent on these tools, but to use them as aids on our journey towards greater mindfulness. Cultivating mindfulness in the digital age may seem like a daunting task, but with patience, perseverance, and the right strategies, it is entirely possible. By setting boundaries with technology, practicing mindful communication, and using technology to support our mindfulness practice, we can transform our digital environment from a source of stress into a platform for growth and self-discovery. Remember, mindfulness is not about achieving a certain state or outcome. It's about the journey, about the process of becoming more present, more aware, more compassionate. And in our digital age, this journey is more important than ever. So take a breath, hold your digital world in your hands, and ask yourself, how can I navigate this world with more mindfulness? The answer is right there, in the palm of your hand.